A lot of people think that ChatGPT is a little bit hit or miss, but it's not luck, it's design. If your prompts are weak, then your results are going to be also. And if you've ever opened ChatGPT and you've typed in a question, you thought, that's not exactly what I was expecting or helpful, you're not alone. The truth is, most leaders and executives, the folks that I work with, they're just using AI wrong. It's not because they don't understand the tool, it's because they don't know how to talk to it. Think about this. Vague prompts equal vague answers. Random questions equal random results. That's why so many executives give up on AI just after a few tries. In today's video, the next video in my AI Journey series, I'm going to show you how to think like a designer when you're working with AI. And you're going to learn a 4-step process that we use with our clients here at D4 Concepts. And the method that I use, it turns ChatGPT from a casual chatbot into a strategic partner and a co-creator. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to write better prompts, get clearer and more useful answers, and stop wasting time in endless AI rabbit holes. All right, let's dive in. For those of you who are new here, I'm Micah Ray, co-founder of D4 Concepts, along with my business partner, Mike. Years ago, I had several roles at Liberty Hardware, a Masco company. This is like a Fortune 250 company, right? One of the biggest companies in the U.S. at that time. I was director of IT for a while, also global supply chain, and eventually director of product development and innovation. And that's where I really got the chance to work with IDEO. They are a globally known design firm, one of the biggest and best in the world. And from them, I learned design thinking from the inside and out, used it every single day on tons of projects. That experience really shaped how I lead, how I coach, really how I solve problems for myself and for our clients. And now it actually shapes how I use the AI tools like ChatGPT. Back in 2023, in January of that year, I was one of the early adopters, and I was onto ChatGPT and typing in my first prompts and experiencing it. And I realized very, very quickly that the better my prompts were, the better my results were going to be. It's like that old saying, garbage in, garbage out, from my old IT days, and perhaps many of you have heard it as well. But now it is especially the case when it comes to AI. So I started applying what I knew from design thinking and what I knew from my background in IT, and I started to use that to change my prompts. And that's when everything clicked for me. So I'm going to show you the visual framework that we use for a variety of projects, whether it's innovation projects or designing a new program for a client or helping them design a new strategy for their company, whatever it may be. We use this 4-step process. That's why it's got 4 Ds, and that's why our name is D4 Concepts. So I'm going to walk you through the D4 process, and I'm going to show you how it works for prompts as well. And I think if you'll just apply these 4 to your prompting process, you're going to get much better results. And you're going to start to really learn how to amp up the results that you get from your AI request. So here we go. You'll see these on the screen. The first D is define. Who should ChatGPT be, or whatever LLM that you're using? You need to tell it what role that you want it to play. Define that very soon, very upfront in the process. Do you want it to be a leadership coach? Do you want it to be a communications expert? Do you want it to be a 5th grade teacher? Do you want it to be a legislative analyst? Do you want it to be a marketing social media expert? Just define that right at the very beginning. So, something that I would use to see what kind of answer it would give in the realm that I work in, or perhaps to help give me ideas. You are a senior leadership consultant, and you're helping a team of directors prepare for an offsite retreat. Just giving it that role, just framing in that role for the LLM automatically starts to narrow the context, but also to direct it better so that it knows the kind of role that you want it to play. Right from the very start, you can be aligned in your thinking. All right, the second D that you'll see on the screen is discover. Okay, what does the LLM need to know? What does ChatGPT need to know from you? This is context, it's background, it's data, it's information, it's documents that you have. Like whatever that you have that you want to help it along and help it to know exactly the kind of problem that you're dealing with, you need to give it that information. It knows a lot of information. They train it on tons of data in ChatGPT 5 and Claude 4 and some of the others that are out now. They give them lots of data to train them on, but it doesn't know the specific information and data and context of your situation. And so that's why it helps to give it that sort of background. So give it things like who you are, what role that you play in your organization. Tell it what your team is working on or the problem that you're trying to solve or what you're facing. And if there's something unique about that problem or unique about your situation, tell it that too. All of that background context and information just helps inform it in finding the right answer for you or in finding a variety of answers or creating something for you. Okay? Now, a little bit of a pro tip. If you don't have all of that background and information, or perhaps you're still in the discovery mode, you're learning the information for the first time for yourself, or you still need to discover, start here first. Okay? So ask ChatGPT to be your research partner. Okay? So this is kind of designing a prompt within a prompt. But you want to start with this first. If you don't know a lot about the background and context, or you need to do some discovery about a new market or a new product or a new way of doing things, ask ChatGPT to play the role of a researcher. Go do your research, collect the research, and then copy your findings from that. Then go start a new chat. And in that new chat, you've now got new context, you've got new research that you can feed to a brand new prompt. Okay? That's really going to give ChatGPT the kind of context and the kind of background that it needs in order to really hone in on a solution for you. Okay? So that's discovery. The third D is design. Okay? What is it that you want it to do? So this may be some of your own ideas. It may be giving ChatGPT the leeway to brainstorm ideas for you or to give you different variations, or this is the moment where you're going to ask it to create something for you. Okay, you're going to make the request. This is where you do the ask. Okay, so think about what is your specific request. Do you want a 3-minute speech? Do you want a team discussion guide? Do you want an outline? Do you want a list of priorities or strategic ideation or like whatever it is, just ask it. What you don't want to do is just ask it, what should I do about, and then you fill in the problem. Okay, it's too broad and it doesn't know what you want besides just maybe one answer or one piece of advice. So you really want to get more specific, but you also want to ask it exactly what you want to solve about this problem or what kind of answer that you're looking for. Okay, so instead say something like this: create a plan to solve XYZ, whatever your problem is, based on the context that I just gave you. Okay, that way it ties the two together. Number 4, the last D is deliver. Okay, so in your prompt, tell ChatGPT what should it look like. Okay, what kind of output are you expecting? Are you expecting a bulleted list? Do you want just bullet points? Do you want a script? Do you want a formatted table? This is one of my favorite ones. I like to ask for a table of information. So I'll tell it exactly what I want the column headings to be, or perhaps ask it to suggest what the column headings would be, and then to list the data that fits those columns. Okay, this is a real good way to compare information if that's what your request is all about and that's what you want to accomplish. You can also ask it a document format. Now, these are somewhat limited and they're getting better every day, but often I use Microsoft Word, so I will ask it, create this in a Word document format. And it will actually create the document. I can download it, and from there, then I can start to polish it and edit it. So an example here might be something like this. Give me a formatted table with 3 key ideas, supporting points, and a quote for each one that I can use in a slide deck. Okay, so just giving it those parameters of what your output will be, it will start to break the content into slide deck format. It knows kind of what to put on each slide. It will also format it with each of the components that you asked for. Okay, so this is just thinking ahead and designing the output that you want so that you don't have to spend a lot of time going and formatting it later. In a lot of cases, it's just kind of a copy paste and it'll get you there so much faster. Unless you're using an AI tool just for slide decks, more on that to come later. I've got a couple that I've used who do just a great job of actually doing slide decks much faster. Now, here's where I need to challenge some assumptions. You don't have to be a coder or a prompt engineer or some sort of techie to use AI really well. It may help, but it's not necessary. And you don't have to spend hours training yourself how to use ChatGPT or actually training ChatGPT. It's a very flexible tool, and it will learn with you as you go and accommodate whatever level that you're at. You don't even need to write long, overly complicated prompts. Okay, now I think it's good to give it enough information, but it doesn't need to be wordy. It doesn't need to be especially chatty. It's okay if that's your personality and that's what you want to do with ChatGPT, but you don't have to. Okay, just think like a designer. Okay, get to the point. Tell it what points you want to have in there, your ideas, the context, the flavor, the format, like whatever you want. Like put all of that into the prompt so that you get an output back that feels like that you designed it. Remember, the better your thinking, the better your prompt. And the better your prompt, the better your results. That's it. It's that simple. If this approach resonates with you, here's what to do next. Go read the full blog version of this method on my website. There's more examples there and a lot more that you can read about. It includes some real-world examples and tips for leaders who are using AI in their day-to-day strategy. And if you want more content like this, frameworks, strategy, leadership development, how to lead well in the age of AI, just be sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel. And you can just hit the little bell there so that you will never miss another part of my AI Journey series. Okay. Next up, I'll be sharing some actual prompts that we use with clients in the work that we're doing with them and some of the work that Mike and I are doing behind the scenes. So I'll share with you some examples of those and the kinds of requests that I'm getting from clients around AI. Just finished a meeting actually today with a potential new client who are asking a lot of questions about AI and how to use it and how to improve processes. And they're thinking about it the right way. They're just kind of dipping their toe into the water. So stay tuned. I'll tell you a little bit more about their story coming up in the next few weeks. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video.